Hello my friends, 3KO Games here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video. Soul Exchange is back. Today is the day. We've been teasing it, doing sneak peeks for a little while, but you can make your choice today or anytime over the next couple days. So take your time, do some thinking. Some people want to jump right in immediately, and I get it, but you got some time. In this video, I'm going to do a very quick breakdown of all the heroes. I did a slightly more in-depth breakdown of each row, 10, 15, and 20, a week ago, and I will link those down below if you want to check them out. I will do just a quick rundown and then rank them in a couple different lights. In overall, by color, if you just need a purple hero. By how many souls they are, if this is how many souls you have available, and by some other mechanics that they do. So, without further ado, let's jump on in. We're going to start with a row of 10. We've got Phantom of the Opera. He hits pretty well, 405 to target and nearby enemies, and gives them that ballad. What's important to remember about the ballad, it wipes out buffs or dances, even undispellable buffs, for 3. Any pesky dances or buffs that your enemy team has and you can't get around them, this guy does it. However, it's only 3, and the ballad itself, it does wipe out whatever else is there, but what you give them is not great. 40% mana generation down and 40% decrease for any healing received. It's okay. Phantom of the Opera. Ojima, Minion Destroyer. So, destroys minions and damages mega minions, then hits for 275% damage to all enemies. Additional damage for each minion destroyed, and then enemies get a mana generation down stack for each destroyed minion. So, if there are no minions, this guy's kind of unusable. It's just a light 275% hit to all enemies and with a very low attack stat. So he's really got one use. I guess the positive to remember is that he is a bard and he gives the rest of your team a 5% mana generation bonus as long as they are a solo member on the team. Elian, I think this Soul Exchange is pretty good. I don't think there are any total duds. Everybody has some kind of purpose. And definitely if you're earlier on in the game, don't have a super developed roster, she hits okay, burn damage is okay, and then dispels buffs. So that's pretty nice. That's Elian. Lysanor, if you do not have a reviver, she's slow speed, but 60% chance. Pretty good. Then allies get 50% attack up, which increases, and allies regenerate 1270 boosted health over 5 turns. That's a slow regeneration, but it's something. Finally, in the 10 soul robe, you got Nogu, who hits hard splash damage to 3. They get bleed damage, and then if they have boosted health, if they get boosted health, it's actually going to be a max health reduction. It's a little niche, kind of fun when it happens. He also has all these perks about giving himself mana generation up when he gets an ailment, gains more mana when they try to boost health, gains health himself when they try to boost health. Some interesting passives there. 15 soul roll, we get a pretty good healer in Carta. Stats are over 1,000, but definitely not on pace with where we are right now. Construct family, so he resists silence. That's pretty nice. He's going to recover 45% health for all allies and lift the latest cleansable status ailment from all allies and randomly distribute them on enemies and then give everybody mana generation up. Pretty good. Plus, with a fully charged repair core, he's going to boost health of allies by another 25%. So you could get up to 75 or 70% healing for all allies. 70% might take care of some mega fiends. Not all of them, but some of them anyway. Okay. Alvar from the Stag family and the Clash of Knights. Does a lot of stuff with people's buffs and ailments. Lifts cleansable status ailments from all allies, randomly distributes them on enemies. Then its duration is reset. Then he damages. Then all enemies reflect status effect buffs back to your team for 4 turns. Pretty good hero. Kind of a steal at 15 souls. Sparklight, one of the original astral elves, never misses its target. Hits 430% damage to 3. Burn damage. Absorbs burn damage as health to the whole team. And then target nearby enemies reflect status effect buffs to a random character on your team. 4 turns. Satori from the Champions family. He does this weird thing with buffs. So 315 to all, but if you got a cleanser or a dispeller, you're getting 630% damage. Then caster and nearby have a chance to drop damage to 1 for 4 turns. There's also all these weird Champions family passives about getting mana generation, getting extra health, getting extra mana. Daroga, strong hitter from the Phantom of the Opera family, 535% damage to 1, plus they get tons of bleed damage. Over 3 turns, that spreads. Big thing here, all allies get plus 25% attack as a stack at fast speed. So you could really rack that up. Could be a good hero for Titans, Mythic Titans that way. Let's go on to the 20 soul row. Darkfeather, really fun goblin, excellent Titan hero. Recovers 25% health for all allies. That's something. Growth of 180 attack and defense. And then the big thing here, all allies have 50% chance to deal 270% damage to a random enemy after any subsequent allied special skill is cast for 3 turns. And that really, really can damage the enemy or damage a Titan, Mythic Titan. Darkfeather is an excellent hero. I use him every war. Lemonwood, astral elf at fast speed, never misses its targets. As long as your targets have 50% mana, he will drain them of 20% and then hit another one. As soon as he hits one that's at 30% or less, he stops. It's a gamble. When it works, it can be really fun to just keep hitting the whole team. When he was newer, he might just wipe out a whole team. Now his stats are a little bit lower, and he's not necessarily going to wipe out a whole team. But he will reduce the mana by quite a bit. That's Lemonwood. Daemon has a very, very Liam Neeson-like, very particular set of skills. He dispels buffs, blocks talent activation for the target for 3 turns. Deals damage. And then the big one here, target cannot cast any new status effects on enemies or allies 3 turns. So any of those big problematic heroes that cast some crazy buffs or crazy ailments, Bernadette in particular, he shuts her down if you time it right. That's Daemon. Hetepheres, one of the top heroes here in this soul exchange, just a great healer. 54% health for all allies, plus defense up against nature. Enemies get 45% accuracy down. Don't forget about that. And then with these passives, you're going to get another 10% boost. So you're going to get 64% health for all allies. And you're going to cleanse the latest cleansable status ailment. Really a fantastic healer. One of the best here in the Soul Exchange. Finally, Mena, who was so tough to deal with for a long time. Gargoyle deals splash damage to 3. And then caster and nearby get a fluff volley that keep hitting for 3 turns after every turn and reduce the mana of the target by 5%. It keeps hitting your dispeller. Somehow that always works, because you can just dispel this until they hit the dispeller and you're charged and then 5% down. Really frustrating. Okay, that's a very quick tour through this list. Now, let's see how they stack up against each other. In the row of 10 souls, who do I recommend? Phantom of the Opera, and it's not close. That's my answer. If I have to choose anybody else, I think Elian, Lysanor, and Nogu are all kind of tied in the middle there somewhere. Very different heroes. I guess Elian does dispel buffs and has more contemporary, more up-to-date stats. Lysanor is a good reviver, just at slow speed. And unfortunately, my man Ojima is just hanging way behind. So 10 rows, my first recommendation for you is Phantom of the Opera. 15 rows. This gets a little harder. I'm going to put last place Satori. Fourth place Sparklight. Third place Carta. Second place Doroga for his use in Titans. And first place Alvar, dealing with status ailments and buffs. I think he's a steal at 15 souls. I think he's a 20 soul hero. Finally, in the row of 20 souls, who do I recommend? If you've got 20 souls and you really want to spend them all, I'm going to put Mena last. It was a really strong special skill when it first came out, and I feel like there are enough people that resist the mana reduction and whatever that she might not be the smartest choice anymore, or he, or whatever she is. They are. Fifth place, Mena. Fourth place, Lemonwood. Even if people resist this, the mana reduction, Lemonwood keeps hitting, though, which is a lot of fun. It's just a gamble. Third place, I'm going to say Darkfeather? Darkfeather. Second place, Daemon. First place, I'm going to put Hetepheres. Hetepheres is just too good a healer to pass up. The health recovery is huge, and the cleanse is huge. If you feel like you need to choose a certain color based on what Ascension mats you have available or ethers you have available or whatever, purple, I think it's in the order of souls. It's Darkfeather, then Carta, then Phantom of the Opera. In yellow, I think it's pretty close to tied between Alvar and Lemonwood. I'm going to put Alvar over Lemonwood. And then Ojima very far behind. In red, Daemon is definitely your first pick. Sparklight's not bad. Elian is fine. In blue, I think it's Hetepheres, and it's not close. Satori is just a much older special skill, and that slow speed revive from Lysanor is not good as the much faster speed, very big health recovery from Hetepheres. And finally, in green, I will reverse the orders here, and I will say Doroga is my top pick over Mena. Doroga, Mena, and then Nogu. Quick ranking on stats, because that is an important angle to some people, and I think it should be important to a degree. Some of these heroes are much newer and have much higher stats. Hetepheres at 480 with costume is at 1214, way ahead of everybody. Alvar is second at 1084 team power. Third place we have Elian at 1066. Fourth place, we have Mena at 1049, and then Carta at 1040. Rounding out the people over 1,000 are Daroga at 1022, Sparklight at 1012, Nogu at 1,000 even. Oh, and Lemonwood at 1013. Yeah, everybody else is under 1,000 team power. So if that matters to you, there's a way of looking at it. Another way of looking at this list, because I can't tell you how many times I've done Soul Exchange and then that hero just sits because I'm working on somebody else. But they are all older heroes, so maybe you just get them leveled up in one fell swoop because Hero Coach is around the corner. What heroes are available to be hero coached in December when it comes around, or the next iteration? I feel like leveling them up in a month is okay. Leveling them up in March is still all right. After that, if you're still waiting, no thanks. So Phantom of the Opera will be available to level up in Hero Coach if you get them now, next month. Ojima, yes. Aelion, no. Lysanor, yes. Nogu, not until March. Carta, not for another 2 hero coaches. Alvar, not for another 3 hero coaches. Sparklight, yes. Satori, depending upon when Hero Coach comes out in December. He was released on December 18th of 2023. So possibly. Daroga will not be available in December, but possibly March. He was released in late March 2024. Darkfeather, yes. He was released in September of 2023. Lemonwood, yes. In March. Not now. Daemon, yes, in March. Hetepheres, yes, right now. And then you're only leveling up that costume afterwards. Finally, Mena, not until June. Okay, I broke down this list so many different ways. Let's actually just go through my top 5 overall, considering all the things. At number 5, I have Lemonwood. Lemonwood is a lot of fun. If I'm ranking just on fun, Lemonwood might be at the top. But on reliability and just usability and everything, I'm putting him number 5. Number 4, I'm putting Alvar. Alvar, I really think, with dealing with the buffs and the ailments and with really pretty current stats, is a steal at 15 souls. Number 3, Darkfeather. Excellent hero. Any of these top 5 you can't really go wrong with. 2 is Daemon. Daemon is super powerful at what he does, but if you don't need that, if you just need a red hitter, he's not doing quite as much interesting stuff. And number 1 for me is Hetepheres. It's just a great healer. I feel like an underrated healer. Will not grow too old anytime soon. 50% heal will always be good, or 54% heal will always be good. Plus the extra 10% because of this passive, which says 60% chance to make it happen, but the other one says 100% it's going to happen. So you can just assume you're getting 64% health at average speed. It's pretty great. If you just want to know who the best hero is, that's who you're going to take. My money is on Hetepheres. Now, who am I going to take? That is a big question. I don't know that I'll be able to make the final call here yet in this video. I'm going to think about it for a little while longer. I have Darkfeather. Use him all the time. I have Lemonwood. Use him most of the time. I have Hetepheres. Use her pretty much all the time. So, no, I don't love them so much that I want to dupe. In fact, I have 2 Hetepheres. So, I am really between Daemon, who I could definitely use against Bernadette. That's the biggest reason. 2 tile matches and Bernadette is shut down. Could be awesome. I see combo using Daemon against Bernadette all the time and having a lot of success. And Alvar, I love the relevant stats, and I love this big cleanse of status ailments and redistributing them and then reflecting status effect buffs back to you. I love those. What I'm considering in that choice is that I have a million red heroes. Just going back out. Element, legendary. Okay, let's just looking at legendary reds. Do I have prioritized teams? No. So you can just look at my 5-star reds. I'm happy with my reds. And I have a lot more that I'd like to level up. Demhalar is still sitting down here. Rocket I never finished. Another Mimic. Flamehide, Yocantha, and Pepperflame have not even been touched. So adding another red to that seems a little bit crazy to me. Unless I just choose to wait until March and then just, boom, level up Daemon through Hero Coach. That's at least a thought. Alvar, similar situation. Scrolling up to my yellows. I'm not quite as plush in yellows. I have some good yellow heroes. They're mostly support type heroes. In Hero Coach, maybe I would use second Cleopatra first because she's excellent. I'm still working on Vaishali. I've got a bunch of people stuck at 70 that I probably won't do anything with. Iron Maw, Persa without costume. I just pulled a Matsognir. Never did anything with him. Almost considering bumping Vaishali for him. I finally pulled a Sludgus. Guardian Elephant is sort of interesting, I guess. So even if I get Alvar, I think he would have to wait for a little while. So that's kind of where I'm stuck, everybody. I think it's between Daemon and Alvar. If you have a strong idea, given my situation and how long I would have to wait or not wait or whatever, let me know. And I'm going to wrap up the video right here. I wish you good luck in your choice. If you are struggling like I am and you want to just like comment kind of your situation and your heroes that you're choosing between, I'd be glad to just give my quick opinion, but that'll do it for me for now. Thanks so much for tuning into the video, and we'll see you next time.